There we go. So let's talk a little bit about China. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on, and then we'll address some more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's real broader than China, right? I think that's the point, right? We see there's certain governments that are embracing crypto, and there's obviously numerous governments who are not sure. I think there's more governments that don't know what to do, right? And that includes the U.S. government, right? But yeah, you have China taking a stance. What do we have? Turkey semi-recently taking a stance. We have India starting to really posture more of a to posture themselves, really take more of a stance and to regulate. And yeah, I guess the biggest thing I see, and this is all fundamental in all my opinion, just to just put the disclaimer out there, this is all opinion. And when you start to talk about fundamentals, guys, this is what I love about fundamentals is people, they use existing events or facts, right? But really they're delivering an opinion based on those facts, right? How they interpret or analyze those facts. And I guess to be fair, for technical analysis, we do the same thing, right? We believe when X happens that Y has a probability of happening. So a lot of this is opinions, right? And I even want to go a step further back, right? And I don't want to lose people here, but if you guys paid attention to the whole, Elon Musk comment that caused the Bitcoin dip several days ago, right? It's funny because I was chatting with Doug right after that happened, and then you had some bigger names in crypto come out and basically say exact same thing that I was saying, right? Without, Elon Musk he's a brilliant innovator, all that good stuff, but he also has some, we'll say, personality flaws in certain areas, right? So he's not perfect. We get in such a habit in our society of idolizing folks, right? He's basically, a lot of his comments all about Bitcoin are not accurate, right? And Michael Saylor, actually, I didn't get to send this to you, Doug. I don't know if you saw this, but I saved it and I'll post it in here for people who care. One of Elon's comments are Bitcoin is really environmentally not good, and it's using all this power, especially coal, right? Well, Michael Saylor did a whole breakdown on the power that Bitcoin uses and relative to the rest of what's going on in the world, and it's not bad. It's probably, I don't know, it's better than a lot of other things. And the first thing that came to my mind was when he said that was, really? I wonder what cloud computing does. Maybe we should stop cloud computing. Maybe AI is going to stop. Maybe machine learning. Or are they all green already? That's nonsense, right? It's somebody who's either he's spouting off for his own purposes or just spouting off because that's what he does on Twitter. There's a number of reasons, right, to get behind it. Like some of the bigger players think he's like a pawn, because between US and China, right, that the government's, he's kind of a pawn in some ways because he gets funding or did get funding for some of the green stuff he's doing. I don't really care what his intention is. The point is his Bitcoin comments just weren't accurate, at least according to what we know today. And there was his opinion, right? Not only that, in the United States, if you're an executive of a company, which he is, Tesla, right, and you say something that affects your company, which he did, Tesla, when they own 1.5 billion Bitcoin, he could be ousted in a company that, I don't know. I mean, he could be voted off. He could be voted out of his position. He could be prosecuted, right? I mean, so I don't know. It's just interesting, some of the things that go on. But going back to where we started today with China, you got to think the more governments don't like crypto because they don't control it. That's what it comes down to. And Michael Saylor, touched on that a little bit too, right? He's talking about the potential freedom that Bitcoin, represents, and really because it represents crypto, right? Let's be honest. Most central governments don't like things they don't control, and they don't know how to get a handle on this because they don't know how to control it because they can't, right? So China, right? When you get a regime like China, they're just going to, right? They're trying to ban. They want to ban what they can. They didn't ban crypto in totality. What they said is, if you're a bank or a financial institution in China, you can't do crypto transactions. And if you're an investor, beware. So I think this empowers crypto in the short term. Yeah, we get knee-jerk reaction when a country takes an opposing stance, but I think this empowers crypto, right? The more governments that try to take this stance, I think the more it empowers it, right? Because then it becomes really clear, oh, this is decentralized. It is in the hands of the people. They really can't stop it, right? And they're actually in making it, you know, a lot of people thought of it as it's a black market for currency, and people do bad things. Just FYI, people do bad things with dollars too. I don't know if anybody knows that, but it's kooky. But you know, they're basically, the more they try to demonize it, the more it becomes the really a black market and an exchange that they really can't stop or control, right? I mean, and I don't want to get just personally, I don't believe a lot of drugs should be legalized, but I think one of the few sound arguments for legalizing them is it takes away the black market effect, right? Really, I think governments, they want the tax money and all, and they don't think of any of the other ramifications. But there is some truth to, hey, they think about it. If I was somebody who's a drug dealer is going to be really upset if they legalize drugs in their area, right? Right? Now they just got a whole bunch of legal competition. So in some ways, that's what's going on here, is that we can't control it. We don't really have our feet in the water, right? They don't know what to do to how to profit from crypto. So let's try and ban it. We'll stop, or ban some aspects of it. We'll stop people or scare people, and it's not going to stop it, right? So does that mean crypto is going to be the be all and end all? I have no idea. I'm just saying China's negative comments, I think help. I think it, 2 weeks from now, I think it helps crypto, let alone, 2 years. Like honestly, China, is China, and we don't really want to model a lot of things off how China does business, right? Let's be honest. They're kind of the, I'm trying to think the right saying, but everybody needs China, but doesn't mean everybody wants China from a business standpoint, right? Because of how they're doing business, right? For a long time in currency, right? They refuse to peg their currency to the dollar or to the euro, to any other central currency, which I don't blame them for either, but right, they're basically not playing nice with their partners, so to speak. So nobody likes that. Obviously, with the whole environmental, whatever, Paris agree, all these environmental agreements, they don't really play nice in there because that's their economy, is manufacturing. And the flip side is everybody still wants to go to the dollar store and buy stuff for $1. So you can't get mad at China until we say, hey, I'm willing not to be able to buy something for $1 at the dollar store. But all that aside, the point is we don't really want to emulate China, right? So from a business and economic standpoint. So I don't think this is a bad thing. I actually think this empowers crypto personally. My son and I, the biggest disappointment I had is that we weren't as prepared for this. I had to deposit money, right? So we could add to some orders. That's what we did. I'm not telling anybody to do that. Don't do that unless that's something you had a plan or would have wanted to do. But that's what, my son and I did. We were just disappointed because we weren't awake 3 hours earlier to catch the, Ethereum at 2000. We got it low, but not that low. And, it's all about perspective. Like things went on sale. We add the coins we like that we own positions of, we added to. It's fantastic opportunity to add to it. So, I mean, same with Bitcoin, right? Add a little Bitcoin. Do I know if it'll bounce back? No, don't know. I expect it to, though. I really do. And I think it was a great opportunity, right? Great opportunity to add to our position. And we'll just see what else happens. We'll see how some of the other governments respond, or if they respond, or if they respond in kind or differently. And I don't know. The Elon Musk of the world, he should do a little more. He should have a little more introspection before he makes so many comments. It's one thing, like, it's interesting, his Doge comments. I don't have a problem with that because it empowers the little guy. But when you do something that is irresponsible with Bitcoin, that definitely hurts. It doesn't hurt the big investors, right? Because it goes on sale and they're going to buy more, right? It hurts the little guy, right? Especially when it's haphazard. If it was totally, if he was totally in line and legitimate, go for it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But haphazard stuff, I don't have patience for that. It's like, it's really what our it's a lot of reasons people don't like politicians and governments, because that's what they rate. They're in power and they want to tell everybody why, you know, how they're going to do everything to keep you where you're at, or to, you know, make it easier for you to have a better life. But the way they came to power or gained their wealth was okay when they did it. I don't know. I just have a problem. Personally, I have a problem with that. So, you know, that's how I feel about Elon Musk's comments. He's an innovator. Love his innovation. I'm not trying to put him down in any way like that. But so you got to take everything with a grain of salt and realize, right? If Warren Buffett liked crypto, he'd be buying right now. I think he doesn't like crypto, but if he did, he'd be buying, right? So it's the same thing. So if this, I mean, the stock market's been a little rocky, right? If, you know, if there's, I don't know, if the S&P or the Dow drops 40%, I'm probably looking for opportunities to buy, right? That's just the way it is, because I expect that we're going to hold, you know, the Fed and our long-term perspective in the government is going to be to prop up the market. If that changes, then we probably don't have to worry about the market, because we probably have, you know, some major societal issues that we're not going to care about. That we're going to be more concerned about, you know,
Eating food.
eating, getting food, protecting our family and things like that. Right. But so that's just kind of where we landed today. So I don't know what your thoughts are, Doug, but I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm exactly in line with that. And I think, you know, I think you're right on with China in terms of who they are as a country. They, even when we were doing Forex trading, guys, China never played fair with the valuation of their coin, right? Or the valuation of their dollar. So we know China, we know that game, and we know how that's played. But on the other hand, we talk about, we get greedy when other people are fearful, and we get fearful when other people are greedy. I'm going to share my screen because, and I don't know if I shared this screen with you guys or not. This is a question that Jan asked me a few days ago, and he said, Doug, where is the Bitcoin potentially going to go? I put these two lines, and I haven't changed these lines from when I had my conversation with Jan. And you guys may go back and see a recording with these two lines on my Bitcoin screen. I had targeted 32,040 as one of the downside targets for Bitcoin. And I did this a week ago, right? So we knew 44.95. We knew this number. We held this number. And we also knew 32. Now, is there numbers below this? Yeah, we can project below this if we break this area. But this is the area that I had projected and thought that this would be a valid area of holding. And let's go back and look. And if you look at why I chose this area, you'll see, okay, that this was the prior high. This is the area that we came back to, really held. If we look at the bottom of this area, this is really kind of the bottom of this area right here where they really held. And you look at what the market does. Now, can it break this? It could, but this is a pretty significant area, okay, of support. You know, we could go down to a more minor area down here below 20,000. Don't know if we'll get there or not. But if we do, it's just a better and greater opportunity for us to get more Bitcoin, right? And guys, remember, we have a short-term goal and a long-term goal. Short-term goal is to make money on every trade that we can make money on to accumulate coins. The long-term goal is to accumulate coins so that they're in position for the X factor that we talk about and we teach, right? If you think about this, okay, and this is so important for you guys to get, from here to here, we're down 53%. Brendan, what does that mean for every dollar that I buy a Bitcoin with? Am I getting more Bitcoin or less Bitcoin?
More
Bitcoin.
I mean, and that's another good point. So just FYI, and this is my opinion about cost averaging. So I believe in cost averaging with your base currencies. So if I bought, let's just use an example. If I bought $100 at Doug's first line and I was going to buy more at the second line, I'm going to buy $100 worth, because to Doug's point, I'm going to get more Bitcoin. And when it appreciates, my return to profitability in that particular cost average set is going to be swifter.
Yes. Yes, significantly swifter because of the weighted cost averaging that we teach and talk about, right? But to the long-term effect, guys, if I accumulate down here, and if it goes down to the next level, let's say it goes down here to 20,000 area, right? I can accumulate more Bitcoin down here so that when it does go to 100,000 or $1 million, that allows me to what? It allows me to be able to have much bigger income or much bigger gain when those numbers happen. This is a huge thing for us to be able to take advantage. And here's the thing that I think is ironic, and in the trader mindset, this is really what you got to deal with. And tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. And Deb, please tell me if I'm wrong. And Candace, both of you, tell me if I'm wrong here, because you guys are newer to this, newer to trading. And so I want everybody's honest opinion, or not opinion, honest answer to this. When Bitcoin was at 64,000, how many of you wished that it would go back down to 30,000 so you could buy more? Give me a 1 in the chat. And I can't see the chat, so Deb, you're gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, the chat's going crazy with a bunch of 1s. I've been praying for it every day to drop. We need more people to be able to win in this market. And this is how we win, when it drops.
Yeah.
Purchase more.
And so now let's be really honest. When it dropped down to here, how many people went, oh my God, look at that. Whoa. We all panicked, right? Right?
First thing I always say to my 2-year-old when she starts to, get worked up, I always say, don't panic. No matter what happens, we don't panic.
You're telling
Same
your
thing here, right?
two-year-old that?
What's that?
You tell your 2-year-old that?
Oh, darn right. I mean, if we don't teach them then we're this age panicking when the market goes down, right? We got to start young.
But
Never
Dad,
panic.
I dropped my pacifier. You don't understand.
Don't
Never panic.
Yeah, I'm the same way, like total even keel around here. I don't up and down with it. It's exciting. I mean, I looked at it this morning and I was actually shocked, but my shock was, wow, I'm doing it. It's working.
It's working. I'm manifesting.
That's right. Now, Deb, we all got our added positions. Now start to manifest the bounce up.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I've been so focused on that 6,000 for months and months. I don't know. I don't know if even I can stomach that, actually.
Well, let's look at that. That's really a good question. Okay. What does that mean? Let's say we bought the very top of the market. Brendan, bring up your spreadsheet. Do you have the weighted cost average spreadsheet? I could find it if you don't have it.
I do. You're making me work, man. Come on, man.
Well, that may be too much work for you. I agree.
For Bitcoin, you want the Bitcoin one, right? The hard one. Hold on.
Yeah. We're just going to put in some numbers.
Yeah.
Because education, which Elon Musk didn't have, he wasn't speaking from an educated
That's
standpoint.
right. He definitely has it. I think he just is happy.
He missed your classes.
I think he's a little haphazard.
He's like other people that should not tweet before they think.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
There's
But
none of those, buddy. God, that's like the people who tweet the most probably shouldn't.
they should think a little
Right?
more. Okay.
Totally agree with that.
We're gonna do this because I think knowledge is power. Okay. And when you have knowledge, then you're empowered to react. And we're gonna take worst case scenarios and say, what does that look like? Okay. So
All right, so I got
this.
this. I got this loaded up. Let me make another. I don't want to mess up my original one, so I'm gonna make another copy here.
Okay.
Man, Doug makes me work. This is, I don't know.
I told him we were going to do a quick call. I had to say it was going to be quick or I wasn't going to get him on.
That's right. It's
So-
fun to opine and just give a lot of, banter, but now I got to do work. Okay. All right. What do we got, man?
All right. Let's say we bought the very top of the market, 64,920.
All right. So it's wait on average price is okay. 64. How many? What do we got here? 64. So how much Bitcoin do we buy? We gotta.
We're just going to buy equal amounts going down. So you pick a number.
Hold on. This is the
We're
price.
going to buy the same exact amount going down.
No, so actually we're doing US.
So you need the.
USD.
We're
Bitcoin
doing
conversion?
USDT. We're not doing Bitcoin.
Yes.
Hold on.
But we're buying Bitcoin.
We're buying Bitcoin, but we're not. Yes, I pulled up the more complicated one is the ones who we're buying against Bitcoin. That's my
I see.
mistake.
Yeah.
See, and now I got to I have to think and work. Oh man.
This is really a lot. It's a
It's
big ask.
Wednesday.
It's a big ask.
Yeah, you should get all your thinking and working out done by Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, a boss is here. Let's let a boss in. Should we let him? Let's see here.
Of course. Gotta have a boss.
a boss? Hey, buddy. Say hi to a boss, everybody. He's almost in here.
Is he in the in-between?
He was in no man's land there for a second.
Hey, boss.
Hey, boss.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys.
Give us.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You can hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can hear you. All right.
All right.
Brendan's getting up the weighted cost average spreadsheet. We're going to have fun here. Knowledge is power, guys. Fear is it. Fear is debilitating. When everybody else is in fear, we're in knowledge and we react in knowledge and power. So
Almost there, man. Excel is acting up. I got 12.
I'm still tapping and dancing for you, buddy.
You guys see, you may have to sing a little too.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to show this. So let me bring up this. So guys, we'll get this updated. This chart updates every hour or so. So let me refresh and see if I have an update here.
And that's quantum you're looking at, by the
Yeah,
way.
we're going to go
Okay.
Bitcoin. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where to find some more cash. What can I sell?
There's this program. It's a referral
Don't you have a couple of kids?
Right? Plasma, good. Yeah. Good thinking.
Isn't
Yeah.
there a referral program for something called digieBot as well?
Ooh, ouch.
Ooh.
Just right there. Guys,
I'm
can you
totally
imagine if you're referring people to digieBot right now, the Bitcoin you're earning?
Oh yeah, that's the other side of it.
Remember, we pay in Bitcoin and we pay at the price it is on that day, right?
Right.
So $100 in Bitcoin today is worth a lot more than
I want you guys to see this. Okay, hang on. Let me get rid of this. This is one of the biggest circles I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And
Somebody's
it
buying.
happened right here on this candle.
Oh, I wonder if that was Mr. Elon out there.
Look at the size. That buyer. Holy crap. I almost said a bad word. Okay, let's look at the sellers. I haven't looked at the sellers. They may be big too.
No,
Oh, hang on. They're not near as big. Look at the
no,
sellers
they're
down
not.
here.
Wow.
Look at the big sell. Now these guys are the top 1% of the market. Okay. These are the guys that are selling millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff. These are the guys that are buying hundreds of millions. Of
That's probably a boss. That's a boss's buy.
I'm sure it is.
Are they in fear? I don't think so.
I think so. Very
So
smart.
my son was telling me he was seeing, and there was different articles and stuff that the exchanges couldn't keep up with how many people were trying to deposit money.
Right.
Do you understand, guys? People were depositing money
Depositing
to buy.
money.
They couldn't keep up with the deposits.
That would have been me. Any of my exchanges, when I finally got in one, they declined my credit card. I'm like, no.
Oh, Candace was putting in a few $100 million,
Oh,
Yeah.
trying to get it into the market.
Gotta
Smart
share
girl.
the wealth.
All right, let's do the cost average, man.
I want, before we do this cost average thing, I want everybody to look at this and say, tell me that you understand what I just showed you. Do you get this? Do you understand this? Yes or no?
I do. I'm looking for my bazillions right now.
Yeah. Okay. This is huge. This is empowerment. Now they may be wrong. It may go deeper, but what I guarantee, if it does, we're going to see some more big blue dots. Okay. That's what we're going to see. All right. Let's go back to the charts here. All right. You ready, brother?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to buy at the very top of the market, 64,909 basically.
Okay.
Okay, then we're going to buy again at, we'll just pick levels that get retested. So we're going to do, let's do a few. Let's do 55. How many can we do?
As many I could do a bunch.
Okay, 55, 340. And we're going to buy basically 50,000. Okay. Then we break that and we're going to come down and we're going to buy my line because there really isn't anything in between there. We're going to buy 32. Let's just say 32,300.
Okay.
Okay. Now I got to come over here and we're going to buy 23,517.
Okay. 23,517.
Then we're going to buy 18,000 again.
Second here, 18. All right, there we go. What is it? 18,000?
Yeah, 18,000.
Okay.
Then we're going to buy 13,000.
And just for point of reference, guys, so from the top, 13,000 is an 80% drop.
Yep,
Okay.
right there. Then we're going to buy, let's just buy 10,000. And let's buy Deb 6,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What is our weighted cost average break-even number?
17,106.
17,106.
Assuming even, basic
Even
currency
buy.
purchase. Yeah.
And would you evenly buy on this way down?
I think I would probably increase as we got really low personally, but that would be me.
Yeah.
Once again, I'd have to believe that nothing dramatically has changed that's going to end this market. And if I did, and I was still buying, that's, that's the gift.
So weighted cost average. So does a spreadsheet tell you how many coins you bought at 64 and how many coins you bought at 6,000?
It does.
So how many coins did we buy at 64,000?
So 64,000 was 0.0015 and then numbers after that. I'm not going to go
Okay,
that
hang on. I'm going to take a screenshot of this so everybody gets this. This is so important, guys.
So you're buying 100, how much are you buying?
0.0015. So like you're buying like a 1,000, whatever, 1,000th of a, Bitcoin or whatever it is.
And it's just consist. It doesn't matter if it was 10 times more than that or less than that, just as long as it's consistent numbers going down.
Yep.
Okay. So how many did you get at this level?
Which price?
At the top?
Top was 0.00154. Well, I even give you the 4.
4, like
Yeah.
that. Okay. And so, and then and I won't do each number going down, but at the bottom number, how much did you get?
Well, here's a good thing. Let's do this. Let's do 32,300 or 32,300, right? I'm choosing that because you basically bought twice as much.
Okay, so this is my 32,000 line here.
Right. So the number there is 0.00309.
309.
So I'm going to go back to my question again. Are you buying $100 worth of crypto when you're
Yeah,
doing
I left
this?
it at $100. Yep. I just
Okay, just so
$100
everybody's
per buy,
aware,
right? So
we're
yep.
buying $100 at each place
Yep.
on this chart.
Yep.
So $100 buys twice as much
Right.
here as it did here,
Yep.
but it's still $100, right?
Which makes sense because it's a 50% pullback, right? Or 50% drop.
Which is
And then
beautiful.
at the bottom, how much did we get?
So at Deb's 6,000, we would buy 0.0166.
0.01, we lose a 0?
Yeah.
0.01 what?
66.
66.
Oh, that's heavenly.
Okay, so when when it hits $1 million, guys, which one of these is going to be worth more? Okay. All right, so let's go back. So you see how coming down we end up accumulating more as it goes deeper. That's pretty self-evident, right? But still need to understand the significance of that. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay, let's go all the way to the 6,000. Our break even becomes right around $17,000. Okay. So once we get above this number, even our highest purchased Bitcoin through the cost averaging is at break even. Okay. Our break even isn't up here. It's all the way down here. So then anything above this number starts becoming in profit. So our overall position, the time we got back to just the top, would be 275% in profit. Okay. If we went all the way down to 6,000, and if we didn't panic as we went all the way down to 6,000, and if we didn't bet the farm on any certain level, that we were wise, we were smart, we're traders, we're cost averaging going down, we're putting in equal amounts going down, and we're just making sure that we know that no matter how far down it goes, we have money to put in the game, right? And if we do, then we will be in the position to manage and control what the market does versus the market managing and controlling us. Okay. So even if we went to the deepest level, which I guarantee the market would be panicked, right? We have the ability to understand how to put ourselves in a position. Now, let's do this. Let's say we did that all the way down to the 6,000 number. Okay. And I'm going to do 2 lines here. From our cost average break even, when we get to $100,000, that's going to be up. If we went all the way down to 6,000, we cost average all the way down, our break even 17,000, we're going to be up 488% at $100,000. If we never had gone down and we were buying at the 64,000, when we go up to the 100,000 number, we're only up 57%. Okay. So every time we go down, wherever we get lower and we can lower our cost average number, we're going to increase our average return significantly when we hit those higher numbers, if we still believe in those coins. Now, if we go to the $1 million, does that is that a big deal? Well, let's see, right? Let's go to a $500,000 first, right?
Hey, buddy, I got to step away.
All right, brother. Let's go to a $500,000 first. At a $500,000, we're up 2,814% from the deepest cost average. From 64,000, if that's where we bought in, which some people did, and they're probably panicked, right? You're only up 600%, 2,000 versus 600. Last example, so that you guys are just educated. At $1 million, you're up 1,000% from 64,000 from our deepest, excuse me, our deepest cost average. We're up 5,700%. Okay. Knowledge is power. The market is giving us a gift. This is the time to get your friends in the game, because now they can buy a Bitcoin. They can start cost averaging from 30,000, 34,000. And if it drops, they will accumulate more Bitcoin at these lower numbers, right? So that when it hits $1 million, they're going to send you a yacht or buy you a home or do something to say thank you, because you got them in at a place that they could really take advantage of the market. This is the time to get excited and pumped and thrilled about what the market's doing. And that's true with all coins, whether it's quantum, Ethereum, Litecoin, I don't care what it is. And yes, we have some positions that are higher, but guys, we're going to cost average those positions just like I showed you. Yeah, they may go 50, 70, 80% negative. I don't care. You should not care. What you should care about is what we do in terms of money management and the overall position of how we manage those coins. That's what becomes important, right? So we can manually add to trades. We can cost average those trades down. Somebody said something?
Yeah, I was just about to say, and you may have mentioned this while I was stepping away there. I apologize, but you got to realize too. So not only is your percentage return greater, but you have more money that percentage return is on.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
So
you want to explain that a little bit more, because that
no, I don't, because it's even more complicated, and I didn't want to work that hard today. But
you brought it up, not me.
Oh man. So you're right. So you think about it, that's your return on your current
Well, if you had one Bitcoin at 64,000, the easiest way to say it is you may have 3 Bitcoins at 6,000.
Right. It's on your accumulation.
Right. It's on your accumulation. So you accumulated more. So that's the return on the more that you accumulate, not on the original one that you had. Yeah. So it's significant. I mean, you might have had a whole different value in there, right? Yeah.
Well, you could have, if you bought one Bitcoin at 64,000, you accumulated 3 times we got down to 6,000. That doesn't even take away the accumulation that we get all the way back to 64,000, right? Yeah. Up and downs between now and 64,000. So we accumulated down, we accumulated up. Maybe time we get back to 64,000, we have 4 Bitcoin, right? Instead of 1 Bitcoin. So now when it hits $1 million, it's 4 million in value, because you have 4 Bitcoin instead of 1 Bitcoin. It's worth 1 million. Maybe they buy you 2 yachts. Right. Yeah, very good point, Brendan. Thanks, buddy. So yeah, Abbas, how are you, my friend? You got anything you want to add in terms of what Digi's doing?
Yeah, Doug. It's as you said, this is a good opportunity, and definitely to get some money in at least. That's very good decision. And in the DG perspective, yes, the DG in this downtrend was taking less trades. That was the one thing which I saw, and overall it's good. And I think so. DG is looking for the opportunities also.
Yeah. Yeah, and guys, the programmers are doing a great job. Since September last year, when we had the big drop, Digi took a lot of trades in that drop. we are taking less trades, trying to find the bases. And to Brendan's point, which we didn't talk about, and what we're working at on the Digi side, is in the drops, we go to a conservative model, which means we take less trades and smaller trades in the drop. When we find the base, and like if we find a base around 34,000 or so, we'll get more aggressive. So we're going to take a few more trades, but we're going to trade them at a higher value than the drop. And this is the point that Brendan was making. We traded equal amounts going down. Think about if we started at $100, and in the drop, we went from $100 to $50. We cut that value down. But when we found the base, a base that we could believe in, we went from $100 to $150 or $200 on that base. So now our weighted cost average, we're buying actually a larger amount at a base. Now that base may not hold. Okay, but we bought more at that base. Now it drops again. So now we go back to $50, right? We're trading smaller amounts. We get down to another base and we go back up to $150 or $200 at that deeper base. So now we're accumulating a lot more at deeper bases. That's the way that we're working at making the digieBot cost average model work, is that we go conservative and then we get aggressive. We go conservative, then we get aggressive. We go conservative and then we get aggressive as the market tells us what to do. And if we do that correctly, then our aggressiveness on those barriers is going to move our weighted cost average from that 17,000 number that you see, maybe down to 10,000, which becomes huge, becomes really significant in terms of the long-term and short-term profitability of digieBot. So yeah, super excited about China's doing their rhetoric, because it's going to take something like that to make the market get scared, right? And it's a bunch of novice traders or people out there that don't know what they're doing that get fearful in the news, right? And they sell off. And then it's a bunch of people in the market that are, there it is. There's people like this in the market, right? That are super excited, right? So we're in this group, right? Because we understand what we're doing. Now, does that mean that the market can't go totally away? It could. I don't think it is. If you believe it is, then this might not be the right place for you, right? But as far as we can tell, we think, and like Brendan said, and I think it was a very good point, the more they try to clamp down on this market that's so large now, the cat's out of the bag. But the more they try to clamp down, the more valid the decentralization of the coins become, right? And this is all about decentralization. Is there going to be struggles? Absolutely. And those struggles are going to create opportunities for us. But the decentralization is all about trying to put the power back in your hands and my hands to have some financial stability over what the governments are trying to do with our lives and our currencies. And this is the battle that we're in. I had this conversation with about 5 or 6 people yesterday that came over to my house. We went really in depth in this, but it's all about putting the power back in the hands of the people, which is you, right? And yes, the governments need to do what the governments are going to do to run the governments and do basically the social stuff that governments need to do. But at the other end of the spectrum, we need to have some level of autonomy, independence, that we control our lives and have vehicles that keep things in balances and checks and balances, right? Crypto is that, folks. If nothing else, it is that. And it's allowing us to be empowered. And there's a lot of big players. Look at my screen. There's some really big money that understands that. And so, guys, we're in the right place, doing the right things. Let's take any questions, Deb, that we might have.
Doug, I'm going to hop off, but I posted that Michael Saylor video. It's worth watching it in this chat. Somebody could repost it maybe in the Skype chat. That's about the power usage of Bitcoin.
Got it.
But everybody have a good day.
Thanks,
Everything-
buddy.
I love what Doug just said. It's right on. I don't know. I don't think I could have said it better. So I'm, take it, use it if you can, and make it work for you.
Absolutely.
Everybody have a great
Thank
day.
you, man.
Thanks, Brandon.
Okay, so guys, tonight we're not going to have an introduction to Digi tonight. We're going to do a call about making sure everybody's in place to take advantage of what we're going to be doing in the coin release that we're doing, and if the market stays low, the coin release is going to be even that much better, because then when the market takes off again, so will our coin. So we're going to be going through some of that tonight. This week, my goal is to really make sure everybody that wants to take advantage of that is in play and knows what they're doing to take advantage of it, because I think it's one of the biggest opportunities that we potentially have. Again, there's no guarantees in trading, but we have to swing the bat at the balls that are in play right now, and there's so much potential for us to just make fortunes, right? And if we're swinging at the right balls, we can do that. So this week, tonight, and Saturday is going to be all about making sure you understand the opportunity and you are in play. Not that you have to pull the trigger yet, but you're in play to decide when that time comes that you want to pull the trigger or not. And then that will be your decision, but you have to be in play. It's like Candace today trying to put her $100 million in the market and she couldn't get it in, right? If you wait until that day and say, oh, wow, I want to be in on this, it's going to be way too late, right? So you need to be in play before that, and then you're empowered to make the decision whether you want to play or not, and you can pull the trigger. So tonight's going to be all about that, okay? All right, Deb.
No questions. Candace, send it to me and I will help you get that up onto some exchange somewhere.
Yeah. And Candace, Mark wants to borrow 3 to 5 million. Is that okay?
Sure. I don't charge too much interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tonight.
Would you like a cryptocurrency trading bot that handles all of this for you while you're learning cryptocurrency? Simply go to digiebot.com, that's digiebot.com, and check out the performance stats there. Get involved and you'll have digibot trading for you while you eat, sleep, and play.